Sometimes something happens and we throw out a little bit of a cuss word. Not a big cuss word, just a little bit of a cuss word. Well, these movies went a little bit beyond a little bit of a cuss word. Today in this video, I'm going to cover 10 scripted movies with the most profanity. Welcome back to Boss Trends. Let's get into the video. Number 10, South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. South Park might have made a name for itself by pushing television boundaries with its raunchy adult humor, but the feature film was entirely different altogether. It let Trey Parker and Matt Stone off the leash to traumatize the ratings review before it even hit the theaters. The film contains a grand total of 399 swears, with 146 of them being F-bombs. While that's somewhat tame compared to others on this list, it's still an offensive film, especially when you count the 199 offensive gestures thrown in for good measure.
Between Kansas and Utah, there lies South Park. Kyle Brockwowski.
Is it Cartman's mom? Oh, very funny. It is Cartman's mom.
Number 9, Twin Town. Twin Town is a bizarre tale about two brothers in a dead-end town who decide to flip off the entire world in pursuit of illicit drug use and car thievery. After their father suffers an accident on the premises of a rich young club owner, they demand compensation whether he wants to give it or not. A movie with such an obviously seedy premise wouldn't shy away from bad language, and there's plenty of it to go around here. The profanity is captained by the dreaded F-bomb, which is dropped over 300 times during the course of an hour and 40 minutes.
Piece of piss.
Morning, boys. Double cheeseburger, large portion of fries, please, and a Diet Coke. Thank you.
Only fucking hot dogs. How about that?
Well, only fucking hot dog.
Number 8, End of Watch. Iconic actor Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena starred in this crime drama about two South Central LA cops who patrol the streets with macho and bravado at their side, believing they can take on anything. As it turns out, they're in for quite a wild ride when a Mexican drug cartel moves to take them out. The film has plenty of bad language to go around, including 326 separate F-bombs spread out just over 2 hours of the runtime. That's a lot of acid to bring to the mix.
In games, you get to run and jump and fight and shoot.
I'm down with that.
Watch your 6.
Everybody here is...
Number 7, Alpha Dog. Justin Timberlake and Emile Hirsch starred in this crime drama by writer-director-actor Nick Cassavetes about a young boy taken hostage in exchange for a debt payment. The boy parties with his captors before things finally start to fly off the rails into chaos. The drama about young adult angst, anger, and violence is mired in drugs, guns, and violence, so it's only natural that the language would fit the subject matter. The result is 367 separate F-bombs spread across 2 hours of runtime.
Nick wants to borrow money.
The kid comes in here stoned out of his mind, and you keep throwing money at him because you don't want to deal with it.
Hey, what's up?
Number 6, Straight Outta Compton. Any biographical film about the rise and fall of the notorious gangster rap group NWA is bound to be loaded with bad language. And director F. Gary Gray certainly delivered on that front with a heavy 392 F-bombs in its 2.5-hour running time. That's to be expected. Not only did NWA take the world by storm in the early 90s with its vicious brand of rebellious rap, but it also paved the way for an entire musical movement that later gave rise to a more pop-oriented variation of the genre.
You gotta talk to my moms like that.
You had the chance to change the situation. Would you take it?
Just hit that first beat.
Number 5, Uncut Gems 2019. Adam Sandler is no stranger to profanity in films thanks to his many varied roles over the years, but Uncut Gems lists high as one of the most expletive-ridden films ever made. Sandler plays a gems dealer with a serious gambling problem that has destroyed his life, believing he has a clear shot to be wiping out his debt and getting back on track. He pursues the sale of rare uncut gems to a rich buyer, but it's not as easy as it seems. The movie's F-bomb count clocks in at 408 over the course of a little more than 2 hours, which is definitely getting up there in terms of a minute to swear ratio. Ironically, it's only the tip of the iceberg.
Well, I guess no.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. It's the dumbest fucking bet I ever heard of.
I disagree. I disagree, Gary.
Number 4, Casino. There was a time when Martin Scorsese's Casino was the most profanity-laced film ever made, and by even today's standards, it has managed to cling on to the top 10. This classic crime drama is a mess of mafia murders, greed, and of course, plenty of expletives spewing left, right, and center. Casino has around 422 F-bombs to its name. This, combined with the aggressive and unpleasant subject matter, makes one feel dirty and in need of a shower once the 3-hour runtime is up. Number 3, Nil by Mouth. Chameleonic actor Gary Oldman took the director's chair for this 1997 drama about a working-class London family besieged by drug use and use of violence fueled by a main character, Raymond. A series of terrible decisions nearly cost him everything before he was able to get his life largely back on track. The uncomfortable subject matter and nihilistic tone of the film are a breeding ground for the kind of profanity that would probably make its way to a scenario such as this. As a result, the film has 428 F-bombs sprinkled over 2 hours and 8 minutes. Number 2, Summer of Sam, 1999. New York took center stage in this film about the infamous Son of Sam murders that took place in the year 1977. The film is told from the perspective of his main characters engaged in different relationships during the same period as the killer begins murdering local victims. It's an expletive-ridden film that sits at number 2 on this list thanks to the 435 F-bombs doused over 2 hours and 22 minutes of runtime. Few films can even hope to reach this level of notoriety. Number 1, The Wolf of Wall Street. Depending on the source, there are an estimated 544 to 569 F-bombs in this instant classic starring the ever-versatile Leonardo DiCaprio. This means The Wolf of Wall Street is the second of 2 Martin Scorsese's flicks to shatter the record when it comes to most profanity in a single scripted film. Thankfully, the film is a huge entertaining ride that blends comedy and drama together with a host of thoroughly unlikable characters that audiences simply can't help but root for. Just don't watch it with your parents, your children, or your reverend.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure that you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.